What's up guys, this is K9 Unit.
And this is airken.
And this is Trees.
And hey, we're the Insignificant Gamers. And today we're here to talk about Shoot Many Robots.
So Shoot Many Robots is an action RPG side-scrolling platformer shooter game, and it's developed by Demiurge Studios.
That's a lot of words.
That's way too many words, man.
Wait, say that again.
That's how
say
it
that again.
is.
Say that again.
Side-scroller. Action side-scroller RPG platformer shooter.
That's like 5 different categories.
Oh man, what's the short form for that?
Action.
Okay. Okay.
Shooter. Okay, so it's there's single player and also multiplayer co-op up to 4 players online, and it's rated M for mature, and it was released April of 2012, and it's on the PS3, Xbox 360, and also on the PC, and we've been playing the PC version.
So K9, what do you think about the story?
There's no story.
Yeah, there is really no story. Well, from what I'm getting at is that the story is robots took your truck and then you became a mad bro who wants revenge. And you went out and you bought identical vests for your twins to
Get your
fight the
RV
robots.
back.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much the story from what I'm getting. I don't know if you guys have a different opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
That really is the story. So K9, what do you think about the gameplay?
Well, it's pretty much like Metal Slug or any platform shooter, really. And it's just generally chaotic. They just keep chucking waves of enemies at you. And yeah, that's a pretty simple way of putting it.
And there's an upgrade system on this game too. Trees, do you want to talk about it?
Well, basically you collect nuts and you buy stuff with nuts, and the gear, like there are different things that you can upgrade, like including your clothing and armor. If you want to wear armor, you can wear an underwear too if you want.
Oh yeah, I wear a speedo.
Yeah,
and a tutu.
Yeah, so basically all this different armor does different things. And then there's also the weapons, which are pretty creative in my opinion. Like you have your standard like machine guns and rifles, but you also have like some more like creative things like a freeze gun or like actually
grenade launchers.
Yeah, grenade launchers.
There's a homing grenade launcher.
Yeah, there's, and they're named very creatively.
Pretty ridiculously, if you put it at that.
Some items do they don't do anything. It's just there for cosmetics. Like I bought a backpack, actually more like a, what do you call those things?
Cradle?
Is it a cradle?
Baby carrier.
Yeah, baby carrier. Like
okay.
it doesn't do anything at all. Like it just
plus one baby.
Plus one baby.
So I'm carrying that thing around. I think it actually stopped me from jumping higher. But I did get a Steam achievement from it for completing a level of carrying a baby around.
Yeah, achievements.
So
and the descriptions of the weapons and the armor is pretty hilarious too. There's one that was called Howdy Weasel. The Howdy Weasel backpack.
It's
basically like a Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Did you actually have a weasel in your backpack?
I don't know. I don't know.
They tricked you.
There are too many items.
There's
man.
a lot
like,
of items,
yeah.
and I had one that was I was wearing a tutu or a speedo, and it says my dignity is minus 50% or something. So that was pretty cool.
But you did look pretty bad in it.
I do find them like they do scale pretty well with the game. As you get more nuts, like you get more powerful weapons, and it doesn't seem like they're too overpowered, and it's just like very balanced in a way.
Okay, so what do you think about the single player versus multiplayer experience?
I thought single player was incredibly boring and repetitive, but once you get into multiplayer, it just made it was a completely different experience.
Well, I guess that's kind of a little bit excessive. I mean, like if you enjoy like a Metal Slug and stuff, like I think single player is still okay, but after a long time it kind of gets dry. Especially once you reach up to the harder levels, I think it's impossible to do as a single player. In the harder difficulties.
Yeah, and when we played multiplayer, I think the mobs scaled up in in difficulty as well. So it was a lot more fun, and we got through the levels a lot faster, and we collected nuts a lot faster too. So I mean, everything just is better in multiplayer.
It's just so much more chaotic too, which kind of adds to the fun.
Yeah, there's more interaction and like there's more working together. I guess I'm covering different spaces and covering different choke points. Like, so it makes the game in general more cooperative, more fun in a way. Single player, you're just like robots flying everywhere and you're just trying to save yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And you cannot cover two directions at once, which is sucky. So
hey, but if you like the challenge, we're not judging.
Yep, if you like the challenge, if you're elite, unlike us, then you can definitely go and try it.
So Ken, what do you think about the graphics?
I really like the graphics. I like the cartoony. It was kind of with the. It reminds me of Borderlands, or like TF2.
I think it more, to me it resembles more of like a TF2 type of graphics, except I think the cartoons are really well drawn, and like just look at the robots. Like I really enjoy. I would actually try to draw some of the robots out because I love drawing robots.
I thought, well, to me, because of the landscape and like the setting, it reminds me of Borderlands because it's kind of like post-apocalyptic and
so
it's
deserty and industrial like.
Yeah, exactly. So it reminds me of Borderlands.
I like the fact that even though it was a dark and gloomy setting, they kind of kept it colorful, so you don't get really bored out, you know.
Yeah, it was like a fun atmosphere, like fun graphics.
I think it's more of like a cowboy.
Yeah, it has that western ring to it.
Yeah, western cowboy with like special guns shooting
overpowered guns.
So
Cheese, what do you think about the music of the game?
So the music is it's basically all blues music. I find it repetitive in a way, but I guess all blues music are a bit repetitive. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get like hated for saying this, but like I think it gets a bit boring. They do change the pace a bit. Like let's say if there's a big boss coming out, or when there's like a lot of hordes of robot coming out, like the music does change and it does like change the entire feel of the game. I think it's okay if you enjoy blues music, but I think it gets a bit repetitive sometimes.
I thought it set the tone very well.
It fits in the western theme.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. I'm just being picky.
Yeah, I remember in our Significant Moments video, there was a clip where we were talking about where we were fighting these hard mobs, and we were like, we don't like the music. And then all these hard mobs came out of nowhere, and then so I think it was a good direction on the music. It really sets the scene.
And hey, I thought they nailed the gun sound effects too.
Oh yeah, those are really good.
They sound really good. You won't think like, hey, what the heck is that? Hey, you just know what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're shooting plastic or. Yeah. It's like pip 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 pip.
And I like the sound when you get a crit hit. It's like ping ping.
Oh yeah,
like
so
ping, 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 ping. Oh, that's.
And then when we all get into like the crit moments,
it
just goes nuts.
Yeah.
Yep.
So guys, what were your final thoughts?
Well, I really enjoyed the game. Pretty much like you said. You know, when you're playing by yourself, it's kind of hard and it's not as fun. It's basically a purely co-op game, and it's just a fun game to play with your friends and just not really have to think about anything. You just shoot the robots basically. And you don't
shoot
really have
many
to think.
robots,
Yeah.
like it's like.
I think it's great. Like if you have a couple of friends over and you guys have nothing to do other than like drinking beer or something, and just buy this game and then just download it and have a night of fun. I think it's totally fine. And yes, the co-op does for me, like it's a big driving force of this game and why playing it was fun. I also was looking into like if there is possible that there could be any like type of DLC where you can shoot many kittens or bears instead.
What do you have wrong with kittens?
Shoot many instead of robots, you know. Some people have different fetishes. Like
why do you
shoot many shoes, socks?
Why do you
shoot
hate
many
kittens?
Babies.
Shoot many babies.
Okay, that's wrong. So what about you, K9?
I thought for the price of this game, this is something you must try out, especially with your friends. Maybe not by yourself, but you might like that kind of thing. So if you have a group of friends, especially when there's a deal on Steam, this is a must buy.
Okay, so if you guys could sum up this game in one sentence, what would it be?
I have trouble making sentences.
I love lab.
I would put it on Facebook and like it. Okay, so if I think Metal Slug and Contra had a baby, it would be shoot many robots.
That's pretty good. I would say watch out for the chainsaw guy. Those guys are intense.
Yep.
Yep. And I would say this is chaotic, great fun with your friends. So if you enjoyed our video, please give us a like, and if you want to see future videos from us, please click the subscribe button. But that's it. That's the end of our video. Later.
Bye.